All right, so as we covered last time in the omoplata series, when we start the armbar drill from here, from the guard, usually Jet's going to just be really relaxed here. He's going to be in a good guard position, so his tail's tucked like a scared dog. He's rolling his shoulders forward, and he's not going to be pressuring down on me because I want to be able to practice moving. So I'm going to open up my guard, holding onto his wrists, right? And I can start to swing and swing. And notice right now, my weight is on my iliac crest, the top of my pelvis bone on my left hip. When I use my hamstring and a straight leg with my boot on, just swing my hips over, I swing over to the other side. I'm trying to keep only one point of contact on the ground the whole time so that I have mobility, right? And this is not just for arm bars. This is for any type of guard attack that you need to do that where you have to move your hips, right? A thing that I see a lot of times, especially with newer people, is that when they try to go for a guard attack, they're like trying to move their entire body on the mat. And you're not going to be able to get anything with that. So just as a kind of beginning here, before we start adding the armbar onto it, just holding onto the wrists, putting your boots on straight legs. I'm going to bring this leg out just to get some momentum. And I'm just trying to keep one point of contact on the ground as I pivot around. Now, when it comes to the armbar triangle omoplata drill, or really any drill, I'm a really big fan of every time you do it, especially when you start getting complacent and you start getting bored with it, start adding in little things, right? So when we start the armbar drill, I'm going to take one hand, I'm going to slide, I'm going to cup his tricep, right? For now, I'm just going to hold on to the wrist, right? And then I move around, swing my leg over the top, and I just pause here, right? And I'm going to switch my hands. I'm going to take this one, grab this tricep, switch, put it over the top, right? Boom. And then, my next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to swim under, grabbing this wrist, and then I'm going to try to keep my boots on. So when I swing over, I'm going to put my boots on, and I'm going to chop down with both. Now if Jet tries to build his posture back up, right, I'm really heavy on him. And that's going to be one of the things, if he wants to stack me onto my shoulders and all that, we talked about this a moment ago, if I keep this structure throughout the armbar, he's not getting his arm back. So if he really tries to pull the arm out, not going to happen, right? I'm uncomfortable, yes, but I've got all the time in the world to finish that armbar, and I don't care that I'm getting stacked, right? So, swim under, grab and hold of his wrist. Now, you could post your knee up here on the side, so it's going to be more like what you're going to be doing when you're actually trying to get this armbar. So I'm going to pinch my knees together a little bit, single point of pressure on the mat, swing over to the side, and I'm already chopping down with this leg. Bring this one over the top, and move to the wrist and hips up, right? Boom. Now, the next thing that you can add, I slide my leg over, right? I'm going to break his posture down. Hold his shoulders down so that you can't posture up now either. Put my foot on the hip, I pivot over, swing my leg over the top, and this is how you're actually going to attack this armbar, right? So, swim under, grab the tricep, pinning, and actually a lot of times what's actually going to happen is I'm going to actually take my knees, I'm going to put them into my armpits while keeping my legs locked. I'm going to connect them to the back of his hip, back there. I'm going to draw my heels in, boom. I broke his posture down, and in that process, I'm cupping his tricep, and then I hold him down with this cross arm. From the hip, switch, boot on. Now, I'm cupping his head, and I'm actually trying to hold his head down. I'm not pushing it away, right? Why? Because I want to have shoulder penetration. If I push his head away, look at that. His elbow's on the other side of my hips. I've lost that armbar. So, broke his posture down, hold him down, push, pivot, boots on, and I hold his head down. Now, you see, my hips are very close to that shoulder, and I can start to hip up, right? So, boots are on, drawing my boots down to the ground, so that's lifting my hips up as I hold his thumb down. All right? So that's going to be your basic guard armbar, right? So we just build that in the armbar drilling. You just start off, right? Very, very basic. Single point of pressure on the ground. Okay? Now start adding in that swim. Now I start to throw my leg over the top, right? Now I start to get that chop down and making that really strong. Then I start to get that shoulder connection. Boom.
and I'm already there. I've built up the entire armbar so that I can finish it really, really quick. And notice that the quickness comes from the smoothness. It's not because I'm like
rushing this. I'm not like, right? Because when you're rushing that and you're spazzing out like that, you're giving him all types of opportunities to start to get his elbow out and start to posture back up, right? So we're nice and slow and controlled, and we're trying to build that smoothness so that the armbar comes out really, really easily when we're ready for it.